Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Alberto Potato. Holy cow, look at this. Look at this. This is the palace of the Soviet. And holy cow, it's looking pretty darn incredible. We are, what, I don't know, like, what's that, a tenth of the way through, maybe, if that. We've got 1,200 glorious comrades that are currently on the site of the construction, and we still require an absolute arm and a leg in order to finish it off. Mostly gravel, mostly concrete. That's just to get through the groundworks phase. The rest is just, oh my god, we just require so many resources. Anyway, as you can probably imagine, we are going to be trying to, of course, facilitate the construction of the Palace of the Soviet over the course of this episode. And in order to do so, the first order of business is to try and tweak the gravel setup again just a little bit. I mean, everything else, as far as I'm aware, is pretty much ready to absorb all of the impact of building this palette of the Soviet. If we have a little look down at this massive steel storage area that we've set up, you can actually see, see, what are you doing? You're transporting nuclear waste. You're transporting nuclear waste to the waste area. Very, very, very good. We need to do something about that, actually. That's becoming a little bit of a problem. Ignore that. Ignore that for now, comrade. Ignore that. It's not necessary. Don't even look at it. Right, so the first time that this train was dispatched from the steel mill in Petrograd over to the storage area, as you can see, it's dropped off 576 tons of steel, which is looking pretty darn good. And in fact, I do indeed believe, yep, everything is working as normal over here. Let's flip back to the steel yard, or the steel mill, should I say. Steel mill production is fantastic, really. Everything is going great. Vehicle production line also going great. We're building excavators for gravel extraction. Very important. We'll get onto that in just a second. Also, I should say, before I progress any further, thank you very much, comrade, for posting the code word in the chat. Indeed, everyone who stuck around to the end of the video. If you stick it in the comments, then I know you watched right to the end. That's right, every single second of Soviet goodness you've observed. Okay, the railway production line, as you saw in the last episode, I do indeed believe, we managed to polish off the first train, the first DR class 100. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to see if we can try and get this route built just to sort of link up the tracks. In fact, we can probably do that now. It's not overly complex, but it will probably be quite a steep hill, I imagine. Yeah, I have a funny feeling that this will be somewhat of a challenge to do. Although, actually, in saying that, we might just be fine. Too sharp of a turn? Yeah, it's not actually looking too bad. Yeah. All right, let's do that. I mean, I don't really think that this track is going to require... I don't think it's required to run backwards. I think we can just run it straight out, right? I mean, alternatively, we could just load this train onto... Would it be able to be loaded onto a MAZ? How much can a MAZ take? I don't actually know if a MAZ can take 64 tons. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just link up the bridge right there, and that'll allow us to get this train out. I'm hoping that we don't have to buy any trains going forward, but you never know. We might have to. Anyway, so the railway production line is looking real fancy. I'm really, really chuffed with that. We've got this other steel mill that's coming along at a rate of knots. The only problem with the steel mill is the fact that we don't have gravel. That's right. We were horrifically underprepared when it came to the demands of gravel on the glorious network of gravel delivery trains. We clearly needed a heck of a lot more gravel than I was storing in Petrograd. And as I say, that's what we're going to be trying to rectify, because I mean, all of it is being poured into this stupid big old palace. But there you go. What else have we got going on? Oh, yes. I tell you what. It's a remarkable, remarkable day, comrade. We are 95.55% of the way through this tunnel. Are we actually legitimately gonna finish this tunnel over the course of this episode? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Right, so, in the last episode, I dispatched one of these trucks, one of these KMZ 5410s, carrying a excavation machine, otherwise known as an excavator. I dispatched that from Petrograd all the way over to all the way over to Kolgradsky because there's a little bit of modification. Oh, here it is. 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 Fantastic. No space to unload the building. Okay, let's get you to move to somewhere else. I don't care where you go. Just go somewhere else. Just go. Just come in. Go there. Go there for now. Cool. Fine. Right. So let's get this excavator unloaded here. Excellent. And we'll get you unloaded into that spot right over there. Brilliant. And we will get this excavator moved up to here. Let's get you... Don't know what the heck is going on with that. Let's get you sold. Yep, brilliant. And let's get you moved right the way over to here. Wonderful. Okay, so that gives us a decent level of production. The problem is that we're only excavating about 60 tons of, about 60 tons of stone in each of these gravel mines. Now that is frankly just a little bit too little resource for me. Also, these things need to be tidied up. We need to get these dumpers all moved into storage. And so, in fact, I think I'm going to set up a little space for them to be stored right now. We'll get a couple of road vehicle depots over here. Yeah, maybe in this vicinity. I mean, we probably will only need about 3 or so of them. Yep, there we go. Excellent. Gravel is risky business, actually. I'll tell you what, let's just get a dirt road connection to set this up. Right, so this is an entirely self-contained operation. There we go, wonderful. I'm kind of hopeful that we will be able to... What the heck is happening over there? That looks funky, but that's fine, I guess. So these should all be built by the huge construction offices. Do I really want to wait around? I don't actually want to wait around. I don't actually want to wait around. The reason that I don't want to wait around is because these trucks, in their current form, are all blocking traffic. So I'm just going to get them all moved over to here. There we go. As and when they arrive at the depot, or the unloading zone, they're going to just chill out over here. Have you got gravel? You've got a tiny little bit of quarried stone in there. But that is okay for now. We can deal with some more quarried stone in here. I'm fine with accepting a little bit more delivery of quarried stone. Anyway, yeah. So we freed up the IKR 256s to move around the place and deliver workers to this coal ore processing facility, which is, it's not super important, but we do need coal. Coal is a key component of steel, and I tell you what, we do need a heck of a lot of steel. We will need a heck of a lot of steel, so we need to make sure that we always have continuous coal production. All right, wonderful, 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 wonderful. Now, what I was going to do in order to optimize production over here, there's a couple of things actually that we can do in order to speed up our extraction of quarried stone from the earth. One of the things that we can do is we can of course add more gravel mines, and specifically the gravel mine V2, so the modded gravel mine that has a conveyor output. Now that we've got this, I don't know, massive conveyor setup, that is linked into the massive coal conveyor setup, it works well. It works well, and it's pretty darn good. But the problem is that we're just not producing, or we're just not inputting enough quarried stone into the gravel processing plant V2. The gravel processing plant V2 is kind of unique in the sense that it can deal with 400 tons of quarried stone. Which is quite a lot, 400 tons per day. And if we have a little look over here, you can see that at most, well, we're not actually using this one at all at the moment because we're still waiting for the the excavator to arrive. We're only outputting about 62 tons from this gravel mine at this present moment. So we're really underutilizing our gravel processing facility. So I could, in order to fix that, I could indeed place down another mine. However, I think what I want to do, I want to set up a little bus station so that we can transport people. So we can transport people between Kolgradsky and also the little area up here. Because if we do that, a bus stop is a bus stop just what I'm after. I think a bus stop is actually just what I'm after. Yeah. Are we gonna be able to navigate? We're gonna be able to navigate up this hill. If people are to walk. There we go. I mean, there's already a road in place here, so I suspect it will be fine. Right. Build that. Build that. build that, build that. And I don't even need to do that at all, but that's fine, I guess. Okay, sure. We'll get some nice gravelified roads. Just like so. And just like so. Can I get a path connection as well over here, please? If I could get a path connection that comes right the way down here, then that would be excellent. That would be very, very, very good. Let's build the bus stop. Let's build the bus stop. How many employees can work at the gravel mine? Up to 50 each. So I think, you know, maybe like six IKR buses maybe would be an appropriate number of buses. We've got workers that are waiting at the bus stop number 4 over here, and I, to be honest, think that this is probably the best bus stop that we can possibly draw from. Yeah, let's get this road upgraded just a smidgeroony. There we go. That's what we like to see. And then let's go and buy some brand new buses. I guess we can do it in our brand new road vehicle depot. How many buses did I say? 6? 6 buses. Now, these guys can travel up to 100 kilometers an hour, which is very, very good for our purposes. That's exactly how we want to operate. I am going to need to get this road asphaltified if indeed I want to capitalize on the true maximum speed. The true top speed, should I say. I can just about cope with that. Right, let's get this road upgraded, and then let's go back to moving some dumpers into storage. Right, so, right over yonder, right over yonder, right over yonder. Alrighty. Oh man, that is looking incredible. Very, very cool. And up there. Yep. Let's get it built. Let's get it built. Might confuse the excavator, but it's a worthwhile thing to do. Let's also get a road connection here. There we go, just to speed things up further still. And to make sure that we don't have people working on dirt roads, because that's kind of not my jam. I think we've surpassed the dirt road stage. Also, I'm thinking maybe we need to try and use the people from this bus stop as well. Is there any chance that I'm going to be able to... Yes, this is exactly what I would like. Thank you very much, video game. So let's get this upgraded to a nice asphalt road. And we'll see if we can try and, in fact, make a direct road. Excuse me? Oh yeah, I shouldn't be using rubles to do this, but that's fine. It's fine. Look, we're so ridiculously wealthy anyway. I'm thinking that if I do something like this, then we can get a direct connection between the brand new housing estate in Kolgradsky and also the mining area. And with that, we can buy a couple more IKR 256s. Not many, just another 6. Another 6 sounds entirely reasonable. And that should provide more than enough workers to this area. You can probably see that I'm trying as much as I possibly can to go a little bit over the top. If I go a little bit over the top, then it means that there is just that level of security in our gravel situation. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. We need a heck of a lot of gravel. We need a heck of a lot of gravel. It really is pretty darn severe. Right, there we go. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And yeah, so that should sort us out. We've got the excavator that is coming right now. And hopefully, we're going to be able to maintain pretty close to 100% production in either of these mines. So that is looking very, very nice indeed. And hopefully that's just going to lead to higher utilization of the gravel processing plant. Because this is just so low. It's just so low. It's like 25% or something. It's just not anywhere near decent enough. Right, let's get these trucks moved across as well to storage. Yeah, I don't want to say this is long-term storage, but it's probably long-term storage. I think we're more likely to use a Maz truck now. Either build a Maz truck or just buy a Maz truck, because they are just much better than the KMZ trucks. I say much better. They're not much better, but they are better. Right. Looking very, very good indeed. How many gravel trains do we have waiting? 2 gravel trains waiting in the train aggregate loading, so that's fine. Look at the money. Look at the money. I did talk about briefly paying off all of these loans. There seems to be like a fair amount of discussion in the comments about the legitimacy of paying off these loans. Let me be brutally honest. I pay so little interest on these loans that it's kind of almost not worth me paying them down right now. Like, if I was paying 10% on these loans, even then, I feel like that wouldn't even be that much. And the fact that I've got so few of them, I've got, what, 6 loans, of which 5 are substantial. The last one, look, the last one is basically paid off, isn't it? So, you know, there are 5 loans. There are 5 loans really that are large. And to be honest, I kind of value having the money more at this moment in time, because I suspect that I'm probably at some point gonna want to buy a blueprint for either a boat or a train. And if that's the case, I'm just gonna need to take out the loans anyway, even if I was to pay them off right now. So that's the reason that I'm sort of hesitating in paying them off. There's just not really that much of a rush to get rid of them. Right, so righty. That looks very, very good from what I can see. Everything looks smooth. Brilliant. Everything looks good. Okay, production percentage looks to have increased a smidgen. Is that because the bulldozer has arrived? The bulldozer hasn't arrived, although it's registered. Oh no, it's not registered as arrived. A couple of workers have started arriving. Very, very cool indeed. I like that a lot. Also, this is going to provide workers for the fire station. How cool is that? And that is going to mean conclusively that Mineski is covered. Forget the fact that the coal mine isn't covered. That is somewhat of a problem. But you know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We can always connect that up later, he says, with a complete degree of confidence. Right. So, what level of output are we going to be seeing now? It's going to be bumped up to about 80 tons. 80 tons, maybe, and that's just with 10 workers. So, you know, we can definitely do better than that. We will do better than that. Absolutely. As soon as we get more workers. It looks like everyone is, at the moment, just going for a little bit of a refuel. I think I need to change the location of this gas station here. Yeah, I'm a little bit perturbed. Also, we can just sell all of these trucks if indeed I needed to, but I don't really need to. The point that I was going to make is that the gas station is in a horrifically inconvenient location, because every time the bulldozers want to refuel, they have to drive up a ridiculously long, steep hill. And excavators / bulldozers, whatever the heck they're called, they take a long time to drive anywhere under normal circumstances. So it's pretty inconvenient, gotta be honest. I think we're gonna see if we can try and get a gas station down here. Yeah, that does work, actually. That does work. That's good. Okay, let's get that built. Let's get that built. Let's get that built. Let's get that built. And let me bring up the Bridgegrad Medium Distribution Office, and we will add on a brand new connection over there to unload additional fuel, which is quite nice. The building is without a power supply. That couldn't be any more horrifically irritating, to be honest. That couldn't be any more horrifically irritating. But that is what it is. We'll fix that in just a second. Okay, so we're up to 125 tons from both mines, and we'll probably get up to about 150, I think. 150 tons, maybe, is roundabout where we'll be. So that's a pretty good place to be, if I do indeed say so myself. Not too displeased with that. Not too displeased with that at all. Right, let's bring down this gas station here, and let me get a power connection over here. I mean, it needs to be done, doesn't it? It needs to be done. Right, where's the power cable? Where's the power cable faffing around over here? It is in this vicinity. Is there any reason that this needs to be here? Yes, there is, because it's powering the conveyors. It's a very, very important connection there. We need to make sure that we don't just delete it, because I was thinking, hey, I'll just delete the box and rerun the cable to the new box that we've just built. But no, turns out, actually pretty flippin' important. Right. Get that built. Get that built. And we'll just keep it... We'll keep it nice and chill with just the cheapest type of wire. That's what I'm all about. All about cheap wire types. On occasion, cheap wire is good wire. Especially when you need it for basically nothing. Right. Okay, so that should supply power to this entire area. Wonderful. Excellent. That is totally, totally adequate. Very, very happy with that. Is this setup good enough? I think this setup is good enough. I guess we'll wait and see, right? It's a little bit irritating how long it takes people to get to work, but that's fine. Look at that. Okay, 157 tons of quarried stone from basically each of those sources. What's the utilization at the gravel processing plant? That is much more like it. That is much, much better in my opinion. I'm very, very happy with that amount of gravel that we've got there. In fact, I dare say, yep, both of our trains are dispatched, and there's another one that's a way to be dispatched right now, which is really, really, really good. All right, you know what that means? That means that it's time for a brand new train. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to see if we can set up the DR Class 5 100 as the brand new train. Okay, let's build that. Build that. Excellent. Now, I would like to set this... I'd like to set this as the home. Where am I? Yeah, if I set this as the home, will that work? Yeah, you're not going to be able to get there. That's not too much of a problem. I can connect this road up in order to this rail up in order to make it so that the train can get to where it needs to go. However, I think it might just be easier to build a brand new depot somewhere. Yeah, I think I'm going to build a brand new depot, actually. Okay, so this merges onto here. Merges to here, down this way. Right, you know what? Let's build a brand new train depot right over here. I am, however, going to level the height from the center so that we've got a nice flat bit of terrain to work with. I'm gonna then zone this. The reason that I think that this is important, by the way, oh, come on. There we go. Nice and easy. The reason that I think this is important is because if we increase dramatically the number of trains that we're building, which I will say I am very hopeful that we're able to do, right? I mean, pretty much every train I want to be building by myself. Like, we want to build all of our trains locally. Locally produced trains are indeed the tastiest and the best trains. We all know that. We know it to be true. It's just the way. It's the way of the world. Right? Can I get this road built over here? I was away to say, oh, I'll just let the video game build a nice gravel road for us. Then I thought, you know what? Maybe I won't do that because we're already using more gravel than we have. In saying that, though, I kind of feel like I have built a lot of stuff recently. I have built rather a lot of stuff recently. There we go. So that looks utterly horrific, but that's just, I guess it's just a little bonus, a little bit of bonus road. Tell you what, just build it. Just flip it, build it, okay? Just do it. Just get it built. Just get it built. We've got 11 bazillion rubles. So there we go. Okay, now let's equip you to a home right there. And what do you know? You hop onto the rails just like that, and you're able to be moved around a little bit. Okay, so the reason that I want to do this is because we need somewhere to accumulate and piece together our brand new trains. So we're gonna do just that over here in this train depot. I think that's the best place to do it. I tell you what, I really, really, really like the design of this area. It looks really, really good. It looks great. We're missing mechanical components. Why are we missing mechanical components? And why the heck are we missing steel? Have we got anyone transporting steel to here? Yeah, I think we'll transport from the open storage over to the mechanical component factory as well. I do need mechanical components. We can't. I guess we can move them. We can move it from more than just the steel factory. The problem is that we've now got these two trucks, which are helping us to load steel and move steel over to this open storage area, and therefore there's less steel in the export zone, directly in the export zone, and therefore less directly available for the forklifts to capitalize on. So there we go. All right, but if we do that, then that should return mechanical component production to the warehouse, which is great. Wonderful. That's exactly what we like to see. Very, very, very chuffed with that indeed. And that's mechanical component production. Yeah, that's really helped out. Okay, great. So we've got our first homemade locomotive. Love to see it. Let's see if we can try and get some more hopper cars. I'm building a brand new gravel train, by the way. I should have made that obvious. I didn't really make it obvious, but that's totally fine. Will an additional gravel train end up causing problems? Undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, it's gonna be a tricky one. It's gonna be a really tricky one. But that is all part of the fun, isn't it? I mean, I feel like half of the fun of this game is me creating a bunch of problems and then me trying to solve all of the problems that I've created. So let's zip right back to here. Wait until loaded. Load 100% with gravel. And then zip back to the end. And unload here. And I'm not actually going to say wait until unloaded, because if I say wait until unloaded, then that means that there's going to be potentially 3 trains. Well, 2 trains. Okay, so if in the worst case scenario, right? I'll get you dispatched. If in the worst case scenario, the gravel storage is completely full, right? So gravel storage is completely full. We have 2 trains waiting on the unloading, the aggregate unloading section. And then we have an additional train waiting behind these signals over here. If I was to put that other train on wait until unloaded, then he would probably be sitting right here. And is that going to present a problem for these tracks or this access to this coal area? It might, but it also might not. I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking maybe we've got a long enough run here to store, you know, 2 additional gravel trains on the tracks here. I think that's what we might do, actually. Okay, so we'll chance it. We'll say wait until unloaded. Yeah, we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works. Right. Also, I want to slightly tweak my rail network a little bit over the course of this episode as well, because, I mean, we are at pretty close to max capacity. Holy cow, we still need so many resources. We still need so many resources. So many flippin' resources. And we need gravel. We need gravel for the steel mill as well. That's what's crazy. That is what's really, really crazy, is that we need gravel. We need gravel flipping everywhere. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But there we go. There we go. That's why we're trying to fix all these problems, right? All right. So 650 tons of the freshest, the nicest gravel is arriving right now. So that's looking pretty darn good. There we go. Everyone's able to fill up to the max. I dare say that we are probably going to maybe need a little bit of gravel for concrete manufacturing. Of course we are. Yep. So immediately half of our gravel disappears into concrete manufacturing, and another chunk disappears into asphalt storage as well. But that's fine. That's totally fine. We can definitely survive that. Is that another gravel train? That's another coal ore train. That's totally fine. Yeah. All right. Well, we've added to our supply of gravel trains by 1, so that's great. Look at this. Look at this. In fact, you know what? I think I'm so confident. I'm so confident that I have fixed my gravel supply problems that I'm actually going to treat myself to a brand new gravel train. We're not quite done with the DR Class 5 100 yet, so I think we're going to just buy a new one. It's going to have to be a diesel locomotive. Unfortunately, not able to buy the DR Class 5 because it's gone out of date. It's gone out of date, gone out of fashion, and that's not good. Right, but you know what? That'll be just fine. Whatever the heck this locomotive is, it's fine with me. Whap that in there. Let's get you started, and let's get you started. All right. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So we've packed, just in this episode alone, 2 additional trains onto this route. This is why I'm so eager for this tunnel to finish. Because as soon as this tunnel finishes up, we basically just double. We basically immediately double the capacity of our line. Which is, to be honest, super necessary at this point. Super duper necessary. Yeah. Man, we just have so much traffic. So much traffic. But I kind of love it. In fact, more than kind of loving it. I do absolutely love it. It's looking really, really good. Also, let's have a little look at imports. Should we have a little look at imports? See what the heck we're importing. Not a good measure of what we're importing. We'll check next month. What do we got here? Aha, we have a fire here, but never fear. There is a fire truck on the way. The hugely complicated, very controversial bus platform stepping system does indeed seem to have done its job. We've managed to do it. So that's great news. Very happy with that, and I'm sure that as soon as the fire truck arrives, everything is going to be extinguished accordingly. There we go. The fastest water in the west. No, the fastest water in the east. There we go. Yeah, okay. Good. You need to be moved to, yeah, over there somewhere. That's perfect. Are we still seeing... We're not seeing any further utilization of the gravel processing plant because we are 100% at our gravel storage. So that is good. That is good. That's exactly what we like to see. We've got another gravel train coming through over here. Excellent. Man, this is working. This is working just as it should. This is brilliant. Brilliant. I tell you what, do I have another load of steel over here? What do we got? We got 68 tons of steel. So you're going to try unload here. And I think you're going to manage. You're going to manage to unload absolutely everything there. I tell you what, I should get you to load... I should get you to wait until loaded there. I should have set that before so that we don't send you on, you know, silly missions just delivering half a load of steel. But that's fine. As it so happens, that's absolutely fine. Why are we making... Oh yeah, we shouldn't be making the Volga Belt. I want to make the Frida, please. We've already bought the blueprint. Wow. I'm really trying now to think of stuff that we can buy with these millions and millions and millions of rubles. Okay, we've got 350,000 rubles there, 1.6. Wow, lots and lots of stuff ready to be exported. Many millions of rubles waiting to go over there. How are we doing nuclear-wise? We're doing totally fine nuclear-wise, aren't we? Yeah, we totally are. Yeah, loads and loads of nuclear bits and bobs ready to go. In fact, look at this. We're sitting on 9.6 tons of nuclear fuel just waiting to be moved to the reactor over there. Another presumably 9.6 tons over here as well, also waiting to be moved to the reactor because these two sources aren't being exported. Same with this source over here. This isn't being exported either. So, I mean, we have got far too much nuclear fuel, and that's at least another couple of million rubles just waiting ready to go on that front as well, which is kind of incredible. Also, I appreciate everyone's suggestion of flattening the top of like this mountain over here and putting the big old people's palace right up on top of this mountain. I like it a lot. It may very well happen. Stay tuned. You never know. You never flippin' know. It might just happen at some point in the future. We could end up building another palace. another people's palace. Can you imagine? Can you actually imagine? I'm a little bit concerned. It's crazy. It's very, very crazy. It's just so bananas. I feel like maybe I want to just start building this steel mill. Like maybe I just finish it off. It's going to cost me 1,000,000 rubles, but it might straight up just be worth it, right? It might straight up be worth it. I'll wait until unloaded there. I mean, if I was to do that, it would give us that just extra bit of steel production. It's not like we've got that much iron just like lying around though, do we? We cannot store or export iron. What? Okay, I guess we do have a bunch of iron floating around. Resources missing iron ore. Is this all set up to be configured properly? Yeah. Not sending. Not sending. Not sending resources yet. Okay, empty hull storage, yeah. It was only 0.05 tons. Just want to make sure that this is entirely powered. Because there shouldn't be any issues. There shouldn't be any issues with filling this area up with iron, other than the fact that there is no iron at the moment. We cannot store or export iron. Is there even an output here? I don't even think there's an output here. Oh my goodness, there's not even an output on this iron ore facility. I guess it must have been deleted at some point? Huh. How unbelievably interesting. I didn't know that. Alright, well that's a little bit of an oversight, I gotta be honest. That's a pretty considerable oversight, if I'm being very brutally honest. Oh my goodness, look at the demand for gravel, by the way. Look at the demand for gravel. Oh, you love to see it. It looks so good. Everything looks so good. Everything is working so well. There was a lot of comments as well. There was a lot of comments as well in the previous episode, and you know, just episodes in general. And you know, there's a couple of people saying, "What the heck? Why is your construction happening so fast? Like, why are the buildings that you're building? Why are they being built with such speed?" And to that, I would say, well, because we've got, you know, Constructingrad. Like, Constructingrad is like the key. Constructingrad is like the key to all of this. You know, this whole setup isn't just here for looks as much as it does look absolutely gorgeous. It's here because it works. You know, it's here because it works, and it's here because it works bloomin' hard. I mean, we have managed to keep our costs significantly down by just utilizing resources that we have, you know, that we have bought locally, and also using, you know, a whole bunch of construction offices to do all of the building of buildings. It really has helped keep costs down tremendously. Right, I think we're gonna at least get through the initial stages. So I'm gonna basically just buy in the gravel, because we can't really afford. What is this? Last chance to buy the Kestrel. Okay, that's a modded train that can go super duper fast. So I might indeed start manufacturing that at some point. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is we're gonna get past this initial early stage of groundworks, and then we're gonna get into this stage, and hopefully, all of the construction offices will just automatically assign, and we should be able to get all of that sorted. It shouldn't take that long, truth be told, to get this whole area up and running. Yeah, look, we can already see a couple of trucks mobilizing at this moment in time, so that's really, really good. Also, how are we doing over here? We're not doing super hot in this area. However, look at this amount of wood in the forest, 105. Nope, that's only 10,000 tons, not 105,000 tons. Either way, that should keep us supplied with boards forever, frankly, as far as I'm concerned. Now that we've sped up the construction of the steel mill, all of these resources are easily accessible resources, and we should have no difficulty getting a hold of them. We should have no difficulty delivering workers to that area. Apart from the fact, I say that we should have no difficulty delivering workers to that area. We might, in fact, have difficulty delivering workers to that area because all of our workers are currently being sucked from Constructingrad all the way over to the palace, which presents somewhat of a problem. I don't suppose I can add this as a construction site. That would kind of be ideal for us. But 45 workers coming in. There we go. Okay, so now all of our workers that are going to work on the construction of the steel mill, they should all come from the bus stop. Yeah, that works. That works pretty darn well, if I do say so myself. Yeah, very, very happy with that. Are we back on top of our gravel production? I feel like we're not far off sorting out gravel. I mean, we still have 400 and something tons. Yeah, we got a heck of a lot of tons. But that's still not enough. That's still not enough for a People's Palace. Man, this is just crazy. This is just absolutely crazy. Look at the length of dumper trucks that are queuing up in order to get just a tiny little bit of gravel. It really is bonkers. It really is truly, truly bonkers. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Right, are we working on this? Are we getting our bricks, boards, etc. all delivered? Problem is, I imagine that we've got so many trucks that are waiting for gravel that it's going to take a while for all of the trucks to get access to bricks. Okay, this is just not good enough. Let's build this. Let's rush build it. I'm not prepared to wait around for the entirety of the episode. Look at that. It despawned half the trucks anyway. I mean, look, a million rubles is frankly a drop in the ocean. If I can prioritize the construction of the People's Palace, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's get both of this stuff built, both these things built. We've got the resources needed to finish the road, so we don't need to touch that at all. Quite happy with that. That's very, very good. We're getting iron coming in through here. That's great. Yeah, wonderful. And construction is running. Perfect. Okay, so the steel mill should be functionally complete. How are we going to connect up? In fact, it might already even be connected up. It is already actually connected up to this train station over here. So that's kind of cool. Now, we've got to stay on somewhat high alert. Too steep of a descent? Too steep of a descent? Building is in the way. Yeah, maybe something like that. Will that work? That works. Brilliant. Exceptional. All right. And we'll see if we can try and get a connection to come through here. And over to this area. Yes. Yes. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. Look at that. That is brilliant. So we've now got a secondary steel mill, which is going to be working super duper hard. And we're going to be outputting all of our steel right over to the industry grade medium storage. That is perfect, actually. That is perfect. In an ideal world, I feel like I maybe just try and do... do this with the same... Maybe try and do this with the same train. Do our steel storing with the same train. I don't know about that, though. I don't know about that. The more that I think about it, the more I dislike that idea. Okay, let's get a secondary steel train, shall we? Electric locomotive. Yep, just a nice cheap one. Cargo wagon. We will roll with a bunch of car carriers. Excellent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on you, and then we're going to copy the orders over to here, and we are going to modify that, and instead stick in the first stop as here, or indeed the last stop. That's totally fine. Wait until loaded, 100%. Brilliant. Let's get you dispatched. It's unreachable in the oh god, I don't want to do this again. Yeah, I do not want to do this again. Okay, erase from line. Try again, video gamey. I've got an idea this time. Alright, so dispatch you in there. Start. Yeah. And then this time, we do this. Do that in there. We say load over here. Yeah. Wait until loaded at that. And then we ditch this. Right? Works? Works like an absolute charm, right? Brilliant. Okay, so this is going to be the first brand new train that we have coming into the open storage area, and indeed along this very, very rickety bridge here. So that's fine. Again, this steel mill is very much the backup steel mill. Very much not the main performer. The main performer is the industry grad steel mill, not industry grad steel mill 2, you know? Very, very much this is the main one. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. As long as the steel gets built, I'm not particularly bothered. And yeah, so we're basically just going to have the exact same setup on both of these trains. They're both going to work to store all of the steel away in the steel storage area, and that should happen right up until we need to utilize the steel for the construction of the Grand Palace. Look at all of these little mountains of progress that we're making here. It's looking good. Looking good. Only 1,900 tons of gravel. Can you believe it? Only 1,900 tons of gravel. That really is quite incredible. 96.15% of the way through that that tunnel over there. That's looking pretty darn good. We're sitting at 9.7 million rubles. Goodness gracious me. This is really quite good. This is really quite good. I'm very, very satisfied with this situation. Let's have a little look at Coby, given that I haven't had a little look at Coby for a while. Also, let's have a little look at this bridge. How are we doing on this bridge? Fine. Fine. It takes such a long time to get the resources delivered, though. That's the only problem. I mean, it takes this train years, frankly, years, to get back to the rail construction office and then drive all the way back. It takes a significant length of time. Right, but we're doing okay over here. Yeah, we're doing okay over here. We're producing a whole bunch of oil. That's what we like to see. And how are we doing all the way in Coby? Tell you what, we did start a bunch of construction projects. We're still in need of prefab panels. Yeah, so we need to get these Frida ships set up to transport a bespoke resource each. So we're going to have 4 Frida ships, one transporting steel, one transporting prefab panels, one doing bricks, and then one doing boards. So we've only got one Frida that is at the moment doing deliveries to this area, and then we've got one Frida which is doing, transport of chemicals and plastics and whatnot back. Transport of chemicals and plastics, etc. should be continuing as is. I don't see any issues in that. The forklifts look a little bit preoccupied at this moment in time, but I think we're fine. I think the number of forklifts that we have is yeah, we're managing. We are totally managing. We're also managing to have an appropriate amount of fuel and bitumen and all of that stuff, and it's being exported. Yeah, it's being exported just about as much as we need it to be exported. I think we're totally filled. We're totally filled on oil, but that's fine. Again, not a big deal whatsoever. Yeah, what can I say? Everything is actually going pretty much as expected in Coby. Again, with the exception of, irritatingly, oh, that building is without a power supply. Ah, okay. Well, we can fix that. We can fix that right now. That is very, very surprising. I am glad that I clicked on it. Very, very glad. Hyper glad, you could say. Okay. And whap that in there. Bada bim, bada boom. Close that gap up. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Great, and we also extinguished a fire as well, which is also quite good news. Okay, a couple of workers still without jobs. Pretty okay with that, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, this whole system over here is good. Just needs a little bit of work. Just needs a little tiny bit of work. This is like less than ideal because we can't control the individual amount that is loaded for each and every resource. Like, what I would love to be able to do is to say, okay, load up the storage, load up 25% of the storage with steel, load up 25% of the storage with prefab panels, load up 25% of the storage on this boat of bricks, load up 25% with boards. That's what I would love to do. However, I believe that it just loads up steel because steel is like the first thing to be loaded. And because we've got it set that, it loads until it's 100%. Loads until it's 100%. So it basically takes all of the steel from here and then some prefab panels, right? And then the Maz trucks go and fetch some more steel and some more prefab panels or whatever, and then it just keeps on refilling with steel, and that's just a big old problem. It's a big old problem that I'm not super happy about, but look, it is what it is. We can't really do that much about it at this moment in time. I mean, we can do something about it, but it involves an entirely new few boats. And boats don't come cheap or easy, as you know, comrade. Right, speaking of coming cheap and easy, not sure where that one was going. Why are we not delivering more workers over to the harbor? I don't know. I tell you what, though, we fixed our gravel. We fixed our gravel situation, so that's good. That's really, really good. Our steel production is actually looking very, very nice. 76 tons of steel loaded on that. Transport 154 loaded over here. We got another fire. Bridgegrad construction office. Is this like the only building that is inaccessible to the fire engine? Straight up. Yeah, wow. It's like, it's barely inaccessible. I mean, what can you do about that? What can you do about that? Like, frightfully little? Yeah, I mean, I would just let it go, frankly. If I really wanted to, I could move all the trucks across here. But it looks like even that's not going to make a difference. I mean, we do have a fire station. Oh, actually, tell a lie. Looks like this is actually within range of the fire station over here. Cool. All right, you know what? I'll play ball. I'll help you out, video game. How about that? There we go. And there we go. Let's yeah. Bump that up. Bump that up. There we go. And what do you know? We're going to be able to increase the speed that these trucks can drive at. They say that I'm an evil individual. I'm not. I'm a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful dictator. Look at that. And suddenly, the top speed should increase to 60 kilometers an hour. Indeed, it does. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. That's looking really, really good. Okay, so how much steel do we have here? We literally just have one. We literally just have one 1,000 thing of storage, thing of steel. And we're going to need a heck of a lot more. And that kind of terrifies me. 142 tons of mechanical components and a couple of tons of electronics waiting to be exported. That is good too. Very, very happy with that. I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's mission accomplished on the whole gravel front. Like, increasing the number of gravel trains definitely made a big old difference. And I can't really complain. I can't really complain about that, to be honest. It looks really, really good. I didn't anticipate that it would go as smoothly as it did. It really did go very, very well. Wowzers. Yeah, this whole area is working pretty close to full capacity right now. Yeah, we're outputting just as much quarried stone as we need. So that's all good. We've got chemicals here. We've got clothes. So that's great. I tell you what, we can stop importing chemicals here now. There we go. There's absolutely no requirement for us to import chemicals from there. We are very, very low on crops for fabric production, but is there anything that I can do about that? Not really, other than increasing the level of forklifts. We could get some better forklifts over here. Don't really think that that's necessary. Constructingrad office, that's fine. That's on fire. We'll get that sorted in just a second. We finished another train over the course of just this episode alone, which is pretty bloomin' good, if I do say so myself. We're working on more excavators. As it turns out, are excavators really essential for us now that we've appropriately dealt with the gravel shortage? I don't really think so, truth be told. I don't really think so. I think we might actually just get away with that. We've got a secondary steel mill, so that's great. Nuclear department is entirely fine. We made, like, what? I guess we probably, like, doubled our progress on the Palace of the Soviet over the course of this episode. That does seem a little bit crazy to say, but truth be told, that is actually what's happened. That is actually what happened. We have, in fact, doubled our progress. That's crazy. It's crazy. The Kestrel is disappearing in just a second. That was not a fire. That was a fire extinguishing notice. I mean, look, I think we've accomplished what we wanted to accomplish over the course of this episode. It's literally a case of we're gonna be ready. We are gonna be ready. As soon as we advance from the groundworks stage into the next phase of production, we are going to be ready. We're going to need a lot of asphalt. We're going to need a lot of asphalt. We're going to need a lot of prefab panels. We're going to need a lot of steel. We're going to need a lot of bricks. We don't have, I tell you what, we don't have a setup for bricks at this moment in time. I tell you what, maybe I should do that. Maybe we should get a brick setup area over here as well. In fact, I think that that's exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah, let's get this set up so that we can basically move all of our resources into deep storage for now. Right, so I am looking for these open storage yards again. We did the steel with trains. Oh, goodness gracious me. I'm gonna do this with roads, I think. I think this is gonna be the most efficient way of making this thing work. Right, so firstly, ditch that. Perfect. And let's get this built. So, what I'm thinking of doing is we're gonna have a very, very similar setup to the steel, except this time we're going to use Maz trucks instead of electric trains. There we go. This doesn't really need to look fancy. It can just exist, basically. Okay. There we go. Why am I doing this when I could just buy in the bricks? I feel like using resources produced in another land to build the most glorious of glorious towers is just a bit... It's just a bit lame, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bit lame. Right, I'm also going to see if I can try and get... Oh, I can't even get Maz trucks, can I? I can't get Maz trucks. I can get Maz road trains, but I don't need Maz road trains. I need open hull Maz trucks. Right, do I have any open hull Maz trucks anywhere sitting around? Straight up don't think I do. I straight up do not think that I do. Maybe all the way over in Coby, we've got a couple of Maz trucks that are sitting around. Maz tankers. Is there even a Maz truck with an open variant? I'm not going crazy, am I? I do think there is. Let me go back to the vehicle assembly area. Yeah, so yeah, there is a Maz open variant variety. That's cool. I think once we're done with this excavator, we're going to throw this into production. We're going to throw this this open Maz into production. It's right here. It's right here. There are already Mazs right here. This is good. This is an important distribution office. However, I kind of wanted to do it with a brand new distribution office. However, we can roll with this distribution office. I think for now it's okay. It's important to make sure that we've got the Maz in place so that we can move the most amount of resources. Right. So what I'm gonna do is I've already got the bricks plumbed in here. So storage percent is above 0. Yes. We're going to add all of these storage areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, so all of these storage areas, we're going to limit... In fact, it's best probably not to do that. So we'll only limit to bricks here. Dockski open storage medium, Dockski open storage medium, open storage medium, open storage medium. Yeah. Yeah, so that's those two as well. Cool. All right, storage percent below 90, storage percent... below 90. This needs to be on unload here. There we go. So all of these need to be on 90 and also on bricks as opposed to whatever the heck I've got them on now, which is nothing. There we go. So bricks, bricks, bricks. Very specifically, it needs to only be bricks. Boards are going to have their own storage area. That needs to be 90. That needs to be 90. 90. 90, 90. So this should theoretically mean that we're going to start stockpiling. A whole bunch of bricks before we need them. So immediately we should see all of these trucks mobilized, because they're all going to need to pick up resources. Each and every one of them. Right, cool. So that's gonna be brick storage. Now I guess we could probably do with board storage and prefab panel storage. Is there a reason that it needs to be all the way over here, by the way? No, not really. Not really at all. I think we'll buy some KMZs in order to transport these other things. I did say that I wanted to do it with Mazes. Mazes are far and away the most efficient way to go about transporting anything. However, we ain't got any of them at the moment. We can start building them, though. If we start building them, that'll make all the difference. Let's buy two brand new entire delivery depots filled with KMZ 5410s. And then let's go back into here and hold down the control button so that we don't end up causing hassle. There we go. There's a little bit of a delay here. Okay, we don't want the factory connections. Fine. Let's do that. Yep, so that looks, to me, totally appropriate for the number of boards to store. Maybe we need a couple more, but let's stick with this for now. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Cool. And so this is going to be the office that does the board delivery. So we're going to take boards from here. Storage percent 0. Boards. Yep. And we're going to move all of the boards to here. And we're going to have them all on unload below 90%. Right. Unload, unload. 90%. 90%. Unload, 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 unload. Okay, so is that everything? That is everything barring prefab panels that we need to do in order to make sure that this area is able to stockpile boards. There we go. And immediately all of these guys should be mobilized. Brilliant. And then the final resource that we need to start stockpiling. I think this is gonna be enough. I hope this is gonna be enough. I hope this is enough. Gosh darn, I hope it is. Okay. I mean, the amount of money that I am spending to ensure that we have got all of these resources in stock at the time where we can actually utilize them. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, but it's still nowhere near nowhere near the money it would cost us to actually build, or rush build, should I say, a people's palace. Look at that. Okay, so that's another 8 storage areas. Cool. Let's throw down final connection, final setup. We're going to draw from here. This is going to have a massive impact, by the way. This is going to have a truly massive impact on pretty much everything. Because as soon as I start drawing down on bricks, for example, right? As soon as I start moving bricks out of the storage area, that's going to cause a whole bunch of coal to be sent to the brick factory in order to build bricks. So it's going to have a pretty big impact. Of course, there's also prefab panels. Prefab panels use gravel. It's going to slow down our gravel production. Okay, all destination buildings 90%. There we go. Brilliant. Yeah, we just want to pick up prefab panels. Cool. All right, so that is all of our transportation done. It doesn't particularly matter that we're doing it with KMZs instead of Mazes. Obviously, the Maz is the ideal instrument for any resource transportation, but it's totally fine. Now we just need to make sure that we're able to continue to export all of these resources in meaningful quantities so that all of the other construction projects that we're building and working on can also be built, because we don't want to deplete, for example, all of our bricks like we're actually just doing. We don't want to deplete all of our bricks at the expense of pretty much everything else. But I think that should be fine. And what do we got? We got four forklifts in here, each carrying 1.4 tons of bricks at a time. I mean, that's fine. That's fine, to be honest. There's no particular rush to get this done. I think I'm seriously underestimating the time that it's even going to take just to get this groundworks done. Because you got to bear in mind is that even after we've delivered the concrete and the gravel, there's going to be like something like 10,000 work days that are actually remaining. That are actually remaining to be done on the structure, which is kind of crazy. But there we go. Okay, so we're back storing, backlogging. We're storing everything. We're storing everything that we possibly can, which is great. We're producing steel at a rate of knots. We're gonna be using more coal than ever. We're already using more gravel than ever. And the city, frankly, looks busier than ever. I mean, the sheer amount of fuel that this entire area is using, it's obscene. I mean, look at all these buses. Look at the traffic. To be honest, we're pretty fortunate that the traffic hasn't been too bad thus far. I think definitely getting this road in here looks like it's made a fairly big difference. Are you within range of a fire station? You are indeed within range of a fire station. Wonderful. It's a little bit of a journey, but I have no doubt that that's going to be a successful fire extinguishing mission. Cool. Right, so there's this area that we need to fix up as well, which we need to sort of start thinking about. It's not super essential because we're going to need to still get an oil tanker, a nice big oil tanker, which we're going to need to build at some point by ourselves. Yeah, are we arriving with bricks? We're arriving with bricks. Wonderful. And we're arriving with boards as well. And we're also arriving with prefab panels. This is this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I love it. I absolutely love it. There's a fire at the brand new steel mill? That's a real shame. Where's the fire engines? Yeah, nice and quick on that one, please. Nice and quick on that one. Yeah, so we're gonna be out of prefab panels before at a pipe pumping station. Another fire at pipe pumping station. No fire trucks are coming. Really? Really? It's just the most irritating. It's the most irritating thing. Could we just not have fires on buildings that are out with my fire network, please? That would be real nice. As you can see, I've lost all patience. I've lost all patience and I've gained all money. Right. Invite a whole bunch of immigrants. There we go. 4 fire engines, each worth like a whole bunch of rubles. There we go. Drive across the street, put the fire out. Happy days. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And you know what? I'm not going to waste my cash. I'm going to see if I can put... I can't put anyone anywhere, of course, because we've got an absolutely ram-packed town. In fact, every town is ram-packed. There's no space in any town. We're at 100%. We're at 100% capacity of like absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It's so insane. It's so insane. I feel like we are really pushing the game right now. You know, we are really, really, really pushing it. I love it though. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Things are looking good. We're storing all of these resources. Man, we need so much. We need so many resources. We need so many resources. It's not even funny. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. We're depleting bricks. We're depleting the prefab panels, but that's fine. We're okay for gravel at this moment in time. We actually have a train that still has 104 tons of gravel in the aggregate unloading. So, I mean, look, it's definitely worked. We've definitely fixed the gravel situation somewhat. Next episode, I am utterly 100% certain, at least, that one singular tunnel is going to get finished. One singular tunnel is definitely going to get finished. So you can stay tuned. You can stay tuned or tune in next time. That's right. Tune in next time. Tune in next time for the epic conclusion. The epic conclusion of the tunnel. This has been how many episodes? Does anyone know? If you know how many episodes the tunnel has been in construction for, let me know in the comments. In fact, you know what? There ain't no code word this time. There's just a best guess. Guess how many episodes? Guess how many episodes this tunnel has been under construction for? That's right. I don't even know. But let me know. Let me know your guesses down in the comments. Ladies and gents, this has been a truly fantastic episode. I'm really, 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 really proud of the progress that we've made on the Palace of the Soviet here. It's really looking very, very nice indeed. We're down to our final resources that we need for the groundworks, and after that we will be solidly working away. But boy, I'm terrified about the next phase and what that's gonna bring. But it's looking good. It's looking real good. It's looking really, really fancy, and I can't wait to see what the heck happens. Ladies and gents, thank you as ever to the fantastic supporters over at patreon.com/potato who help make videos like this possible. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much to Banana Nana and C Senpai for being the two $25+ patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.